owning an exotic pet is a dream that many of us share. Though some people aren't satisfied with owning a strange reptile, such as a chameleon or an iguana. Instead, they find other ways of owning bizarre and dangerous pets, such as hyenas or lions. Today, we will be looking at 10 of the scariest pets people own. Number 10. If you see a grizzly bear in the wild, a natural reaction is to walk away without threatening the animal. These bears can tear flesh and bone without a second's thought and can leave you with lifelong injuries that may never heal. They are known as being some of the most aggressive animals in the natural world and are at the top of the food chain in many forests and wildlife areas. However, one grizzly bear has found his home alongside a human friend. His owner is the founder of Montana Grizzly Encounter, named Casey Anderson. Casey says that grizzly bears are capable of feeling all of the complex emotions that humans feel. They just communicate them in different ways. The bear goes by the name Brutus, and he is able to cuddle with his owner, spend quality time with him, and generally be a pretty awesome bear. Casey says that Brutus has stood by his side through thick and thin, comforted him when he was crying, and listened when he needed him. He believes their relationship is give and take, and Brutus has become his best friend over the years. Number 9. The red lionfish is not an animal that many people would have as pets, though they can be found in certain pet stores across the world. The red lionfish has begun to cause problems for native saltwater fish in certain areas of Florida, with this issue only getting worse since the 80s. Most scientists and marine biologists seem to believe that the lionfish infestation that is taking place in the Atlantic Ocean can be boiled down to a few individual lionfish that were released from an aquarium back in 1992. Since this news came to light in the 90s, it is believed that several other lionfish have been released in more recent years by aquarium enthusiasts who are looking to get out of the business. This has led to an unforeseen number of lionfish making their way into the wild, with the fish having now migrated to states such as southern Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. These fish are known for being predators to many of the fish that live in these areas and are threatening the biodiversity in these regions. They have begun to interfere with the coral reefs and have turned the local ecosystem on its head. If the lionfish population is not properly maintained, it could spell disaster for the local marine wildlife, which could eventually impact human health. Number 8. As a child, many of us were led to believe that hippopotamus are somewhat gentle creatures who minded their own business and lurked around in murky waters. As time passed on, we likely began to realize that these gigantic animals aren't exactly what they appear to be. They are actually quite dangerous. Hippos can be extremely aggressive and are known to attack humans without warning. For some reason, hippos are generally very grumpy animals who aren't afraid to intimidate or fatally wound a creature they feel is a threat. However, this isn't the case for Jessica the hippo. Jessica has proven to be an extremely tame and friendly hippo who behaves like a normal dog or cat. Tony and Shirley Joubert found Jessica calling out in distress behind their home in the year 2000. Since then, they have welcomed Jessica into their home with open arms, and she has become an important member of their family. There have been several documented cases over the years where humans have taken in hippos as pets, only to have the tables turned and become the hippo's lunch at a later date. However, Jessica seems to be perfectly content with her new lifestyle. She likely feels indebted to her human owners, but we can't know for sure. She may simply be a genuinely sweet and lovable hippo who doesn't give in to her animalistic urges. Number 7. Tigers can be some of the most fearsome animals in the world. However, some people choose to keep them as household pets. It is estimated that up to 5,000 tigers live in the United States in private residences. A young woman from Texas found out the hard way that tigers can be incredibly dangerous around children. Her 4-year-old nephew got too close to her pet tiger's cage, resulting in the child being slashed and nearly mauled by the animal. He had countless lacerations that needed to be treated, but he survived. The tiger was forcibly euthanized. Number 6. Lions can be some of the most ferocious animals in the world, yet they can also be extremely gentle and caring toward their lifelong companions. Most lions don't get to experience living the high life of luxurious cars, fancy mansions, and numerous houseboats. However, one lion in the United Arab Emirates was able to do just that. Humaid Al-Bukaish is a well-known billionaire who has made a name for himself on Instagram and in the business world. He has a passionate love for exotic animals and collects several different species. One of his most famous animals is a lion, though he also owns several flamingos and a cheetah. This man essentially has a private safari in his backyard, with all of his animals being completely legal. Some of his pets are rescue animals, but many were purchased as pets. He can be found on Instagram, where he often shows off his latest animals alongside his other luxurious belongings. Number 5. Wolves and wolf dogs are two very different breeds of animals. Wolves are often kept in captivity without issue. However, wolf dogs are becoming increasingly popular and pose serious health concerns for their owners and neighbors. Wolf dogs have a genetic predisposition to being aggressive. They are often very unpredictable and extremely protective of their owners. Because of this, they are known to have mauled people without warning and taken the lives of several people over the years. Even though they may look cool or cute, wolf dogs should not be kept as house pets unless the owner has been properly trained and the animal has been successfully tamed. Number 4. The Burmese python is estimated to be one of the largest snakes in the world. They have caused serious issues for Florida residents since the 1980s, and these problems have only gotten worse with time. We have no idea why someone would keep one of these animals as a pet, but they do. Most wildlife experts believe that these snakes were originally kept as household pets, but they were eventually released into the wild after they became too large to keep in a family home. Most of the pythons that can be found in Florida grow between 6 and 9 feet long, but some grow to be even larger. This makes the idea of abandoning one of these snakes more reasonable, but still an unwise decision. However, each year more people continue to release their pet snakes into the wild, and it is causing major concerns amongst Florida National Park officials. Since 2002, it is estimated that over 2,000 pet snakes have been removed from the Everglades National Park. Experts believe that these snakes are the sole reason behind the declining population of wildlife in the area, including rabbits, bobcats, and possums. Number 3. Virtually any type of monkey can be dangerous as a house pet, but the most dangerous are gorillas and chimpanzees. Much like wolf dogs, these animals can be very gentle and loving, but also very unpredictable and violent. We have all likely heard the story of a woman who had her face ripped off by a pet monkey. No one wants to be that guy. To keep things safe for everyone, please don't purchase a pet monkey unless you're a trained professional. Number 2. The green iguana is another creature that has become a nuisance for Florida residents as far back as 1966. These lizards were first recorded in the wild in the 1960s, and their population has only grown since then. These lizards breed unimaginably quickly, and their offspring can now be found all over the state. They do not usually attack humans or other animals, as they are vegetarians. However, they have begun to destroy parks and residential lawns, and are causing issues with local plant life due to their snacking and breeding. The good news is those winter months usually help to keep the population under control. But as soon as warm weather rolls in, green iguanas will begin populating once more. One of these concerns is that these iguanas, if they manage to survive winter, can grow to be over 6 feet long. While it is incredibly uncommon for them to attack humans, there have been several incidents that were documented in the past.
Run, 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 run!
Number 1. Hyenas have likely earned a special place in our hearts, but not necessarily for the love and endearment we have for them. Most likely, this is because most of us find them extremely creepy and threatening. Like many wild animals, hyenas can be extremely unpredictable, and it's difficult to determine what they are capable of. They can be some of the most resilient and aggressive animals if they're hungry or in danger. A pack of hyenas is capable of taking down a full-size buffalo with ease during seasons of starvation. They commonly kill and consume animals that are 3 to 4 times their size without issue. However, a man named Brian Hahn cast all of this information aside when he welcomed a wild hyena into his home, who he named Jake. He kept Jake locked inside of his Florida apartment for several years before he finally came to realize that Jake needed more space to roam and be free. After many tears and difficult discussions, he decided to take Jake to a sanctuary for hyenas so that he could experience the environment he was born for and be able to associate with other like-minded animals. He later returned to visit Jake on his 4th birthday, and Jake seemed to remember his owner and came running toward him, greeting him with kisses and love.